Hey everyone, what's up? It's Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Robyn, Christine, and Janelle and what I consider to be very distinct differences in Robyn's approach to parenting than what Christine and Janelle have gone down the path of with their kids. We saw three distinct conversations happen this season, one between Gabe and Janelle, one between Robyn and her children, and another between Christine and Isabel regarding Isabel's surgery. I think it's very telling the way that Robyn, Christine, and Janelle each approached these conversations, these difficult conversations, and really where their priorities are within the family. So first we have, and I've talked about this on the show before, that conversation between Gabriel and Janelle.
Your dad is way more careful.
Yeah, like I'm pissed. I think we should be all like together. I literally don't understand why we're all quarantining separate. Then this was never about COVID at all in the first place. The fact that we're not doing this as a family is absolutely absurd. So is it Robyn or is it Dad?
I think it's Dad. I really do. Your dad has been talking to his doctor. He has all these ideas about what the rules need to be. He's an independent decision maker.
Yeah, he's also a freedom.
Gabe is no dummy. This all reeks of bullshit to anyone who watches it. It definitely reeks of bullshit to Gabe. And he is calling this situation out for what it is. Janelle, instead of confirming his suspicions and his inclinations, she really takes up for Cody and especially Robyn. You know, she paints this as Cody is just being super vigilant about everyone's health, the health of the family. He's really watching out for anyone who could be at risk. And this isn't Robyn, it's Dad. Then we have Christine talking about Isabel and her surgery.
Like Cody can't come with us to the surgery because of COVID, and he would love it if we waited so he could come too. But waiting isn't an option. Isabel's in too much pain. We need to get it done. She is really, really sad about that. She really wants her dad there so badly. Sweet. He did give her this hoodie, and he did say it was kind of like a hug. Look, he's been to every scoliosis appointment. He went with us to Michigan. He went for the boot camp. All of the appointments in Vegas. I said, if it wasn't for COVID, he would be here with you. And she gets it on a logical level, but on an emotional level, it's ripping her apart.
We've seen Isabel get really emotional talking about her dad not being there for her surgery. She says his priorities are messed up. So we know that this is affecting her greatly, him not being there for such an important surgery. Everything Christine did to support Isabel was to make her feel comforted and loved and supported during this really major surgery. Christine acknowledges the timing's not great, but Isabel is in so much pain that it really leaves them no choice. And they really are putting their faith in their doctor, which I believe is something Cody said he was doing in regards to the rules. So maybe Cody could have talked to his doctor about the surgery. I don't know. Anyways, they're putting their faith in the medical community to guide them through doing this surgery in the safest way possible. I can only imagine Christine had to have been swallowing so much rage. I would be coming unglued if I were her and I was getting fed all of this nonsense by Cody about why he can't go. And instead of really just saying your dad's a piece of shit, which she could have done, Christine is like, he loves you. He'd be there if he could. She is making sure that Isabel feels loved by Cody. And that is a really big thing of her to do when Cody really shirked his responsibility as a father here. And then finally, we have this conversation that Robyn has with her kids about the change of plans, or I don't even know if there really ever were set plans in place to begin with, regarding what Thanksgiving was going to look like this year.
Basically, Janelle said that her household they're not able to follow those rules.
They're not able to, or they're choosing not to?
I don't know exactly,
I'm just worried about how it's going to make them feel. If it's going to start making them be bitter and stop wanting to be around the family and stuff because they don't care to be around us.
Christine has decided as well to go to Utah and have Thanksgiving at Aspen's house.
I don't want to go, no, that's not true. That's not true, because there is truth to what Aurora is saying. I'm not going to lie to her.
I think she just decided that she would rather go to Aspen's.
Robyn makes it seem like her children don't matter to the rest of the family. We see Aurora getting really emotional, like, oh, they wanted to see us and now they're choosing not to. Her kids are hurt and confused, and I think they're confused. I've seen people talking about how Brianna, when they're talking about the rules, looks like this is just such a new concept. Like she's never heard of these rules before. And I think it's because, that none of this is real. None of this is reality. This is convenience for Cody to not have to participate in any of these other families, and Robyn is manipulating the situation to make it seem like she is like the most loyal of any wife because that is what's so important to Cody, and she's doing it at the expense of the emotional well-being of her children, which is really messed up. Christine and Janelle and Mary, all of their adult children are embarking on independent lives, and for the most part, by and large, they all are thriving. Garrison just bought a house. Multiple Brown children have given birth over the last few years. It's all about like setting up the next generation for success. That seems to be the priority for Christine and Janelle. Robyn's kids, it's like not so much. Robyn's older children, I believe, are 18 and 21. I think Dayton's going to be 22. So Aurora and Dayton are adult aged, still living at home. And really, there's been no talk of future plans for these kids. Dayton did start college. I don't know if he's still going. There's speculation that he dropped out. But at any rate, these kids are living at home. They seem very content in staying at home, and they seem to think that they're not worth quarantining for. That's the way that Robyn put it to them. And I think that that is so heartbreaking and unfair. It's unfair to her children for her to make them feel unworthy or unloved by the rest of the family simply so that she can cement her status as head wife or most favored in the eyes of Cody. That's definitely what she's trying to do. And it's not fair for the rest of the family that she's essentially forcing her children into isolation away from the rest of their siblings. Gabriel especially has been really vocal about how he misses his siblings. We saw Truly last season cry when she couldn't hug Saul and Ari. This is really devastating for the kids, and it's just in a quest for such a self-serving purpose for Robyn that it's just so gross. As always, you guys, let me know what you think down in the comments. This week, on this week's episode of Sister Wives, the description of the episode is that Christine boxes up all of Cody's shit, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So we have a big episode upon us tomorrow. But anyways, let me know what you think of this situation. What do you think about Robyn's approach to parenting versus Christine and Janelle's? I happen to think that Christine and Janelle are ultimately doing their children the best favor by shielding them as much as possible from Cody's selfishness. They're really like shielding their kids from that, and I think that that is appropriate. Whereas Robyn is just not even truthfully trying to lay out there that her kids don't mean anything to the rest of the family, and it's so manipulative. So anyways, let me know what you think. You guys like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Reality Squad, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care, have a good one, much love.